Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
How you guys doing? How's it been?
I hope you've had a nice weekend, or whenever you're listening to this.
Yes. Welcome to the Platinum Williams Show. Whoa. Okay, today we're doing Genesis chapter 5.
Yeah. Like I said, part of our 22 years.
Part of our 22-year mission. One chapter an episode at a time.
But yes.
Yeah.
So Genesis 5.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so thank you for being 5 weeks into our journey.
Yeah.
This is never going to get old.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we were thinking about something. We were actually having a conversation about it. About how we would feel uncomfortable asking certain people to do things because
or favor
to do us a favor. And to be fair, I feel like we come from homes where we can't really rely on people per se. So it's kind of like that has translated into everyday like life. But we've seen people do things that make us kind of cement that belief. And I feel like it's so sad because the way that the Lord would like the world to be, when he taught us how to pray, he taught us how to pray in a way that, assuming that we're praying as a community, right?
Leading with love.
Yeah, so our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. So it's so we're praying collectively. So we're supposed to be doing things together. That's how it's supposed to be collectively. But some people are quite narcissistic that they will hold it over your head for years.
Yeah.
And because we haven't, we've been blessed to have really good people around us. But the way that we've been brought up, it's very difficult for us to rely on people.
Yeah, and I guess it's the one will call it trauma, I guess. But in a way, as you've grown up, I can speak for myself. As I've grown up, I've come to see that when people show themselves within a conversation, you automatically think, I can't ask that person for something because they will say something along the lines of, I did this for this person and this is what they did. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, surely whatever favor they asked of you at that point in time, you should have just done it out of the goodness of your heart and don't expect anything back. The way we reason is, if we're going to do something for you, i.e. a big favor, we're doing it because we can. If we can't do it, then we'll just say we can't do it. Or even the most common one, if you give somebody money, which is the most common forms of beef, right? If we give you money, we're giving you money.
Yeah, I feel like the easiest way to handle that situation is, if I'm able to give, I will. If I'm not able to give, because then it starts to get a little bit tight. If you're not able to give, then it starts to get quite stressful, and that's what causes rife. But if you're not able to give, it's something that, I think, I don't know, like a lot of the times when I'm hearing or speaking to people, because are you okay, babe?
Yeah, I'm just in my chair, don't worry.
We're around a lot of people that are Christians. So I'm only talking about Christians because, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, for example, they'll talk about ministry, right? And then they'll say, I did this, I did that. And the thing is, even in the Bible, it says, if you want a well done from man, that's all you're going to get.
Literally all you're going to get.
So sometimes when people say that, when they start talking about all the things they're doing, as a form of ministry, I'm like, oh, well done.
Well done.
Because that's what they want. That's what they wanted, isn't it? They wanted the well done. Yeah. But that's literally all they're going to get now. It says you're not going to get the reward in heaven, which means that the ministry that you do technically does come with reward, but spiritual reward is not supposed to come with carnal reward.
No strings attached.
So when you're doing something, you are supposed to do it unto the Lord, and you're not supposed to be thinking about what you're going to get out of it from man, right?
Exactly.
Because you know that God said, so if he says you're not going to get a reward from, like, I need to even read
It's Matthew,
specific.
Sermon on the Mount.
Yeah.
Sermon on the Mount in Matthew.
So he basically was like that. That's literally all you're going to get.
Yeah, it was in particular. It was a referencing. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
It was referencing in particular those who like to pray outwardly and those who like to fast and be like, "Oh, I'm fasting. Please do not touch me, for you will defile yourselves. I am unclean. I am fasting." The worst, the best you're ever gonna get is,
Well done.
so sorry, well done. How long you've been fasting for? Wow. So that's the most you're gonna get.
Yeah. And the thing is that when there's like people that would say, "Oh, you know, I went to South Africa and I gave to all these people, and this is what I do," and you know, they are in a way they're flaunting
They're
ministry.
boasting, and they will say they're boasting in the Lord, but you're
they're
boasting
not.
in
You're just
yourself,
boasting in
Maggie.
yourself, because God in that situation is not getting the glory. You want the glory. You want people to be like, "Oh, you're such a nice guy. Oh my gosh, it's so good that you're doing
You're
that.
an angel on earth.
Oh, you know, God bless you.
Oh, you're doing the Lord's work.
You're doing the Lord's work. You're doing really, you know, it says if you're doing it,
Do it.
just do it.
Let your yes be yes.
And your no be no.
No be no. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. I think it's also said if you give, don't let your right hand know
what your left hand is doing. Exactly.
So it's literally like if you're
you're
doing
about to start me off, man.
So if you're doing it, do it. Just do it.
Yeah. For example, I want YouTubers. I want social media people who'll be like, "Hey guys, follow me. I'm going to give $5,000 to a poor person on the street." And they're here with their phone here.
And that guy, I feel sorry for that.
Like the person's dignity.
Keep that person's dignity.
Turn the camera off. If you want to give them 5K, give them 5K.
Yeah.
We don't all need to see it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the world we're living in. Everyone wants to receive props. Everyone wants the world done. But they're forgetting that God is in heaven watching. You flaunted that person's dignity online. They're already living like on the lowest level of life they could have been. We don't know what situation took them there. They're going through it.
This is the thing about life, yeah. What people need to understand is that there's seasons. There's seasons of ups, there's seasons of downs, there's seasons of stalemate. Like you're literally just still. And people, a lot of the time, it's very easy for people to judge someone when they're down.
Yeah.
It's very easy for you to, there's a lot of classes, so some people, if they're around someone that is doing a particular type of job, then they don't want to be around that particular person because they don't think that there's anything for them to gain from that.
They have no value to offer.
They don't have no value to offer.
Nothing to bring to the table.
But the thing is that everything has a season, right? So if you are going through an up, this might sound negative, but there might be a down coming. And it's not that I'm saying, there's you're up, don't enjoy the up. No, this is why every time you do something, it's if the Lord wills it.
That's it.
If the Lord wills it, if it's God's will, because everything has a season.
Yeah.
And this is why it is also important to be mindful of the way that you treat people, because somebody today might be low and you might think that they're low, you might think that they're below you, and then all of a sudden God does divine acceleration and they
boom.
are 10 times ahead of you,
all the way up there,
and they could help you potentially get higher, but because of the way that you treated them, you might end up losing your job, you might end up losing your position, you might end up, or you might just lose an opportunity. Just be where you are,
or just stay where you are.
But if you treated a person the right way, then when God accelerates them, if God accelerates them beyond where you are, then they will always remember the way that you treated them. And this is the thing. A lot of people care so much about the way that they make money and the money that they make. But there was one particular person, my brother was telling me, we were invited to a funeral, but I didn't know this person, so I just didn't go. And respectfully.
Who am I paying respects to?
And my brother went because he just decided he was going to go with my mum. And he was talking about how all they could talk about was his job.
Oh,
They
that's sad.
couldn't talk about how he made them feel. They couldn't talk. There was nothing. And this is the thing. People remember you for the way that you made them feel,
Yeah.
the way that you treat them.
Yeah.
So some, like, for example, we attended a church. It was just random. We were like, oh, there's a new church. They were giving out flyers, and we thought, oh, okay, so a small start. Like, this was years ago. It was a small church. We decided that we're going to go. We prayed about it. And at the time, we weren't even that, we didn't have proper spiritual fortitude anyways at the time, but still, we still went. And I do feel like it was God's will for us to go there, because we met these people and we're still really close to them. We don't go to their church anymore, but we still have a good relationship with them. So after the service, it was literally just us at the church. So we all went for dinner after church. And they were telling us about one particular person.
Oh, I now remember the story you're talking about.
And immediately...
we were like, are you speaking about
this
so-and-so?
person? And the only reason why we were able to know who they were speaking about is because we felt exactly the same around that person. And this is the thing, the world might seem like a big place.
It's a very tiny
but
place.
It's quite small. So somehow they were talking about somebody. They weren't even naming anybody. They didn't name names, but we knew immediately
it's the mannerisms,
what they were
the
describing.
way they said certain things. We're like, are you talking about this person? They're like, yeah.
And we were like, oh, wow. And this is the thing. It's like, you just need to be very mindful. You know, sometimes people, like, I can't stand being around people that treat wait staff, you know, waiters or anybody that's in a service field with in a disrespectful way. It makes me sick to my stomach, because just because they are a waiter or just because you don't know them.
Yeah.
You don't know what God has planned for them.
Everybody has dignity, man.
Everybody deserves dignity. And this is the thing, compassion. Dignity, compassion and just self-respect and respect for others is actually the bare minimum.
And I think as human beings, I think we owe it to each other in the love, with the love of God, to protect each other's dignity.
Yeah.
This is why in particular I really detest the content online where the guys are going around filming themselves giving money to people. I'm like, protect that person's dignity. They don't want to be on your shiny iPhone lens, bruv. Like, cut it out.
Yeah, and it's really sad. It's really sad because they think that they're doing a good thing, and there are but because that's the way that the world has been built. The world, you know, obviously
it's been built on self.
It's been built on self, and keep in mind that the devil wants that. The devil wants us to be prideful. The devil wants us to think that we're gods. The devil wants us to think that we are in charge and on top and better than everybody.
And we're good people. That's all we need to do to get into heaven.
Yeah, we just need to be good. You know, I don't think that you need to be Christian. You just need to be good.
Just be a good person.
But then this is the thing.
And good people is all very subjective.
It's very subjective because it's all built on pride.
Only God is good.
Yeah. It's all built on pride. You want people to think that. It's all pride. It's all pride. So when, you know, there's loads of people that you think it's actually good that they're doing it, but they could have done it in a different way, discreetly.
No one should know that you did it.
So there are loads of people that have built their careers on the backs of on taking, basically making other people feel below, low and whatever.
Using their dignity.
And
dignity for profits.
Yeah. So it's really common, but I just feel like it's a very narcissistic way of approaching life. But at the same time, the devil is a narcissist, and he wants everybody to have that mindset. He wants everybody to be like, I did this, I did that, you know, and he wants you to wait for, you know, just like people might be on their phones just looking for the likes. It's just, you know, that whole culture is, you can tell that the devil built it brick by brick because he wants everyone to build that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
He wants everyone to have that mindset. You know, all the demons, all the angels that followed the devil probably were sold to the same dream, right? Yeah. You're going to be, you know, that's why, you know, when you read the Bible and it says the Prince of Persia, you know, basically held up the answered prayer.
Yeah.
So all of these angels were now given this illusion that instead of them, they are actually lackeys, the devil's lackeys. But all of these angels were told that they're going to be the princes and kings.
Yeah, they were given power on this earth.
Yeah, so they're positioned in so they have certain territories or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? So these demons are under this impression that they have power.
Yeah.
And under the impression, obviously, Jesus' name is more powerful than whatever. But these demons believe that they have power, and that's why they left with him, right?
Exactly.
That's why they fell with him, because they wanted power and they were prideful. They're like, yeah, I want to be as big as God.
Yeah.
You know?
I too will be like God.
But
Is
keep
what
in
they were
mind,
saying.
yeah. But the thing is that you can't be God because God wasn't created and they're a created being.
Bruv.
So, but they believed is really, anyways. So,
It's what happens when you're too drunk on free will.
yeah. And when I look at people, so for example, if we go to a restaurant, we see people disrespecting someone, we're like, no, use your free will properly, please.
Yeah, use your free will properly, man. Come on.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Eve decided to be like, hey, Adam, you want to eat this apple because it's really good, or eat this fruit or whatever, it was really good. And Adam used his free will to say yes. Apple. So it's not like this woman, no, he was standing right next to her and he used his free will to watch her eat the fruit.
Yeah.
He used his free will to watch her eat, because God doesn't create puppets.
He knew the rules. God gave him the rules first.
Yeah, God gave him the rules and he chose to ignore the rules.
Yep.
He was watching Eve and was like, she's going to eat that apple, that fruit. And this is the thing, he could have literally said, don't do that.
Like, yeah, come on, wife. Come on.
Don't do that.
Don't.
But instead, he watched her, and then he used his free will to watch her, by the way, because he could have stopped her. And then he used his free will to also eat it.
Took a bite of it out of it as well.
Anyways, the message that I would like us to share today is use your free will correctly.
Yes. Have you ever wondered just what would have happened if Adam went, no, I'm not eating the apple?
No.
I just wonder what would have happened to Eve. Would she have got kicked out?
That fruit, because we don't know what fruit it is. But yeah, she should,
Would she got kicked out?
Refresh.
Would God just been like, disintegrate yourself, film, and she's dust again.
And then he just creates a new one. This one's broken. This one's broken. This one didn't work.
But
But the thing is, I don't think God doesn't make any mistakes, right? God knew, because God is omnipresent.
He gave us free will, right? So
He knows.
You can go this way or that way, either way, and make it work out for you.
Because there's God's will and there's God's perfect will.
Yeah, his acceptable will has been and his perfect will.
Yeah.
We want to be in the perfect one.
Yeah.
Because the acceptable one is him making fixing your rubbish and making it all come back together again.
Making everything work out for your good. So his acceptable his acceptable will is, I do make everything work out for their good. So regardless of the rubbish that they do,
I'm gonna make it work for
them.
I'm
gonna work it out. I'm gonna make it work out. And then his perfect will is, this is what I want you to do. If you're obedient, if you surrender,
it'll be all good.
It'll be all good. But nothing is, I feel like the life of a human,
I don't think any of us could be in his perfect will. I think as a human being, you just always have these quirks in your personality because of Adam, that you just always miss it somehow. But we just try our best by the Holy Spirit to be like, come back.
I think I read somewhere that it's like the flesh always wants you to fail because it's not going with you anyway.
Yeah, that's so deep, man.
It's not going with you, so it's like,
that's so deep.
Let's all.
Yeah, it's literally going to return back to the dust, isn't it? So it's like, well, I'm going to take you down with me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so deep.
It's like, the flesh is so weak and the flesh wants you to do rubbish. So by default.
Because it just wants pleasure, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like, I ain't going there. I'm not going beyond this place.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
So that's where YOLO comes from, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, YOLO is a very fleshly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that we literally do not just live once. After this life, it's
an eternal life.
Eternal.
And which side of eternity do you want to be on?
Me personally,
the good life,
I don't want to be...
Or a life of separation.
Yeah.
I don't want the latter, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I've been on the end, just going back to our narcissistic conversation really quickly, I've been on the end of a friend years ago to say, oh, what about when I did this for you? Because we fell out about something. What about when I did this for you? And
oh my gosh, I remember you. Because the thing is, he did nothing for you.
He did nothing.
And here's okay, no, because we need to actually use this example.
He did nothing. It was mutually agreed that we're going to do this thing together.
But wait. Because
but he flipped it.
No, but it needs to be clearly explained. Because this person would call you and say, can we do this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me explain it in context without revealing too much information to protect people's dignity, right? So I had a friend and we used to be very good friends, quite close actually, to an extent. And we used to regularly meet up and we used to, take a particular route to a particular place all the time. And he would call me and say, "Oh, should we do this together?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it together." On some occasion, I'd be like, "No, I can't do it, but I'll meet you there." Anyways, there was one event that he was meant to come to that was very dear to me. I mean, what am I saying? It was our child's second birthday, and I was like, "Yo, come through." And he was like, "I'm not gonna come through because I have a situation." And the situation wasn't even a situation. It was like, well, I think he had a date or something. I'm like, "Well, bring your date. It's fine. Bring your date to my house, man." Anyways, he did end up turning up because of this said date. The date was actually way after our little birthday party we're having, and I was very disgruntled about it. I'm like, I mean, this is a one-time happy. He only turns 2 once, man. You're meant to be my good friend. You should have been here. And then I was just like, that behavior is unacceptable. We were having our back and forth. The emotions got higher. And he said, "Well, remember all them times that I did this for you when we went to that place?" I'm like, "Bruv, you didn't do anything for me. We agreed to do that together. I could have taken my own vehicle. You could have taken your own vehicle. We could have, we could have done it separately, bro. But we chose to do that together." And that really threw me off the edge because, again, because of how we've grown up and, things we've experienced in our past, when people do something for you, or in this case, he didn't even do anything.
He actually didn't do
but decided
anything.
to lord
That's
it
the
over
thing.
my head
Yeah.
anyway. I'm like, I can't be friends with you.
Because in that situation, he actually didn't
He
do
didn't
anything.
do nothing. What did he do? Nothing.
So it was, if he had done something, we were like, okay, but he actually
He didn't do
anything.
It was mutually agreed.
Yeah, and it was actually, and by the way, it was actually him that was coming on strong,
Bruv.
and he was the one that was imposed. Most of the time, he was quite
Bruv, should we go do this
pushy
thing?
about it a lot of the time.
Should we go do this
It was
thing?
him
Yeah.
that was always saying, "Come," and a lot of the time when you would go with him, you haven't shared that it was quite inconvenient for you.
It was, but because he's my friend.
Because it was your friend,
I've got my way
you
for
do
him.
it. So
really, I just something for him.
so that's why it was kind of like, what, we were so confused during that time.
Yeah, and that's like this. I shouldn't be friends with this person.
Yeah, it was just so confusing because
We're like grown men in our 30s as well. Yeah,
Is that what we're doing now? Because this is not
so
sure.
people like
we
that are
30
dangerous.
then. We weren't 30.
Yeah, 29.
20s, yeah, in our late 20s.
Late 20s.
But it was kind of like, really, is this what we're doing? But this is the thing. This is
people
something
like that, I can't trust them.
This is something that I've learned though throughout the years. It's easier to not have expectations of people and then be pleasantly surprised. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's sad,
guess
but I do think that's the case. Like I had to learn that through therapy, that when you have expectations of people, like in your mind, you might think that this is the bare minimum. In your mind, you might think that this is how people should be, or this is how they should behave. But
This is how you would do it, really, isn't
this
it?
is how you would do it, and this is how you would approach it. But a lot of the time, people's perspective of like accountability
It's different.
or it's really different. So having that perspective, knowing that there's a big chance that they're not going to do what they're supposed to do, or they're not going to do what you would like them to do. Having that expectation, and then when they actually do it, or if they actually do it, be pleasantly surprised. Like, oh, that's lovely. It actually protects your peace more because you've not had any expectations.
Yeah, I think what hurt me about that situation though was that he had come to a previous event before with regards to our children.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, I just expect you to be there, right? And because of, it wasn't even like a valid reason, a date. I'm like, bring your date, man. I'm going to meet her at some point anyway. Bring your date.
Yeah.
But hey, those are childish things. We put childish things away. I wish him well. He's thriving now, isn't it?
The thing is, it appears childish now because we're like, nearly 40. But, I know. But I think at the time, we hadn't had therapy by then.
No, that was a straight trigger as well.
Yeah.
That was a huge trigger.
We hadn't had therapy by then. So I saw how triggering it was at the time for Mike. It was a big trigger.
It's a massive trigger.
Yeah, and
laser cut the guy.
And it triggered him. He was triggered for a few months.
I laser cut the guy, man.
Yeah,
because he really tried to. I think at some point, definitely pre-therapy, because he really tried to make it up to me, man. I'm not having a bar of it, bro.
Yeah. I think now, because of therapy, you give people grace.
Yeah, like you said, because we've learned that in therapy as well, in the sense of don't expect things from people.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, our friends aren't our robots, our own
true.
personal robots.
They have their own free will.
They have their own free will. And it's easier to kind of just, you can say, you can come if you'd like. This is what I always say. You can come if you like. Either way.
If you can make it.
If you can make it, it would be nice for you to be there. But if not, it is what
if they
it is.
don't come, they don't come. It's fine. The way I see it now is that God didn't want him to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. Like whenever we have events or whenever we do anything now, I always pray that the Lord will make the right people come, the right people be there, and the wrong people to have other plans.
That's it.
So we might invite them. That might be our will.
I'd rather the right people than the wrong
I'd rather
people.
the right people be there. And a lot of the time, the wrong person can completely ruin an event.
And we've seen that. We've experienced that too.
Yeah.
Another story for another time. But
Yeah. So it's just nicer for the people that the Lord willed to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think it just it's taken some time to get to that point. But I think that I do remember that trigger.
Yeah.
That was a big trigger.
We've got a lot of pre-therapy stories.
Oh my gosh.
And then how we deal with it post-therapy, because we've had extensive therapy.
Yeah,
of course.
and I think that it's easier now post-therapy to kind of manage friends, because prior to therapy, I would have
we both had such high expectations of people who call themselves our friend.
Yeah, but now
because of how we would rock the friendship, what we would do for them. We would literally, till this day, is to go out of our way to ensure.
If they are our friends, we love people, whatever, and we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
But I think that prior to therapy, we had that, we expected the same from people.
We were narcissists.
Yeah.
We were narcissists.
Yeah, but when you're brought up by narcissists, then by default, it's
we're narcissists.
Yeah,
we were straight narcissists.
Yeah, but I think by the grace of God, God renews your mind. So yes, you may have been brought up by narcissists, and you were brought up to be a narcissist,
and you probably were a narcissist for a season.
Yeah, but by the grace of God, He said He will renew your mind and time, and gradually, because renewal is not immediate. Renewal is brick by brick.
Yeah.
Through the fire, and He wants to make sure that He sees his reflection in you.
What was that Chuck Black used in his book? For God to use a person, He has to break the pride.
Yeah, He has to break them.
He has to break them.
Yeah, and we've been through some breaking,
bro.
Yeah. So we just
we just do things now. Yeah, we do things for people.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But glory be to God. I feel like our perspective has changed. We definitely were narcissists, but we were brought up by narcissists. So it is what it is. And I feel like it's, but just because we were brought up by narcissists, now we are children of God. We're in God's family.
Exactly.
And God will bring, God is doing His work in us by the grace of God.
Fresh fruits of the Spirit.
Yeah. So
get rid of the narcissism.
Yeah. And that was also a process, but it's what it is.
Yeah. And it was literally just a simple thing of, like you said, just don't expect things from people. If you can do something, do it and let it go. And God in heaven, your Heavenly Father who's watching you, will reward you openly.
Yeah.
Or He will just reward you. I'm not even bothered about if it's open or not. Like, I just, and I feel like
even rewarding you with His presence is enough.
That's it, man.
Just having His presence is enough.
Because you can even narcissist God if you're not careful. Like, I'm gonna do this because God, I need you to bless me, so I'm gonna do this. And God is like,
God is not a genie.
Not a genie. You're not gonna do something because God's gonna bless you. You do it because that's how Jesus taught us to live.
Yeah.
Live in love.
Yeah.
Because one day you're gonna be a reciprocate of that love as well.
Yeah. That's actually the tagline for Tonely, by the way, leading with love, because it was a business given by the Lord.
Yeah.
And it's to try to teach people to just lead with love, with the way they use
properly.
their words.
Yeah.
But yeah, leading with love, man.
Yeah. Moral of the story. Use your free will
wisely.
Lead with love.
Lead with love. Lead with love, man. That was a bit heavy. Shall we read?
Yeah. All right. Today. So last week we were reading Genesis chapter 4. Today we're on Genesis chapter 5. Now, in case this is where you're plugging in because of the most recent episode and whatever platform you're listening to it on, we're going through the Bible together, episode by episode, chapter by chapter. As Blessing said, if you heard us say 22 years, that's how long it's going to take us together. One episode a week to get through the Bible together. We're just going to uncover it. Blessing has a really beautiful way of...
I don't know what the beautiful way you're going to say. So
no, just Googling.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say, I literally just Google.
Googling and looking into like sentences and words of the Bible, like what does that actually mean? What did the original Hebrew say? What did the Greek say when we get there in probably 12 years' time? When we get to the New Testament and stuff. But it's really cool. And obviously, like, because we read the Bible.
Sorry, I just sniffed a bit. I was like, it smells nice. But yeah.
It's your breath, that's why.
Oh.
It's your breath. The foam sucks it all in. But yeah, we're curious about the Bible too. We read things, and it comes to life, and we just want to share it with you. And all the questions that we have, like, but why did God make that happen? They're a valid question. We're just gonna
unpack it together.
Try and unpack it in the time that we have.
And the thing is, at first we were thinking we're just going to read it, but you know what? Sometimes if we have commentary, we're going to do the commentary.
We're gonna have some comments.
Yeah.
We are gonna have some comments because you probably will have some comments too.
Yeah. So just imagine that we're all together doing the Bible study.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Comment in the. You know how people say in the videos, you should comment. What is your view? We can discuss it together. But yeah, okay. And also we're reading from the ICB, which is the International Children's Bible. English is phenomenal. But whatever translation of the Bible that appeals to you, by all means, follow along. Okay, so Genesis chapter 5, and we are reading. It's called Adam's Family History. Now, genealogies are, for me, I have come to really adore genealogies for two reasons. First of all, when God said, "Be fruitful and multiply," you're actually seeing His word in motion. Because these humans were truly fruitful and they were truly multiplying.
Yeah.
And genealogies are cool because from a biblical context as well, sometimes all these names actually have hidden meanings. And we're going to do this today because I was looking forward to this episode. When you see the genealogies and you see the names, all the names make a sentence to say, this is going to happen or this is... And we learned about names last week as well, that when they gave birth to these children, they were naming them whatever the vibe was at the time.
Yeah.
So if this child created Bear Pain, they were like, you're going to be called Bear Pain.
Yeah. And I think those, anyway, yeah.
Go on, yeah?
No, because I was thinking about the whole Esau story and, but we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
That's not too long though. That's going to be a couple of weeks at least, or a few weeks. Anyways, so I digress. I come back. Mm-hmm. Genesis chapter 5. This is the family. Let me start again. Genesis chapter 5. This is the family history of Adam. When God created human beings, He made them in God's likeness. He created them male and female. And on that day, He blessed them and named them human beings. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of another son. Imagine, 130.
Wow.
Still going, man. Quickly, when we're looking at how these people be living for like centuries, basically, I heard a message years ago, and I want to know what you think about it real quick. The preacher said that the reason why they used to live so long because when they left the garden, the glory of God was still on human beings. So therefore, it took a while to wear off. Mm. So therefore, that's why they were living for centuries, and then until God had to just like laser cut it.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're gonna keep reading it. I agree. I agree. We've spoken about this.
Yeah, we agree. We agree. Did we spoke about this?
Yeah, we've spoken about it.
We have a lot of conversations. Okay, verse 3 again. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of another son. He was in the likeness and image of Adam. Adam named him Seth. After Seth was born, Adam lived 800 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Adam lived a total of 930 years. Then he lived 930 years. Interesting. When Seth was 105 years old, he had a son named Enosh.
These people are really enjoying their youth.
They literally, I was about to say the same thing. Like, you're going to wait till 100. Like, in this day and age. In this day and age, when you're 30, you're considered geriatric.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Man, waited one. I've got my life to live, man. I'm gonna give it back. Maybe 100. When I'm 100, I'll start having kids.
That's like the modern day version of somebody saying when I'm like 40.
When I'm 40, yeah.
But yeah.
When I'm 40, and that's still crazy old, man.
But in this generation, but for them, 105 is is young.
Yeah, it's still probably still youth.
In 105, he might as well be 20.
He might as well be 20. He might as well. I'm sure. Do you think at 105 they had like mindsets of like 30, 20, 25-year-olds?
Maybe.
Because they just had all this time to just be old.
Just enjoy 100 years without kids.
Oh, babes, I'm going to my granddad's birthday party. He's turning 929. What? 900 years? I know, right? He's lived a long life. Overstatement. Anyways, so when Seth was 105 years old, he had a son named Enosh. Enosh was born. After Enosh was born, Seth lived 807 years, not as long as his dad, but hey, it is what it is. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Seth had lived a total of 912 years. Then when Enosh was 90 years old, ooh, spicy. He was a bit younger, teen dad. When Enosh was 90 years old, he had a son named Kenan. After Kenan was born, Enosh lived 850 years, 15 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Enosh lived a total of 905 years. Then when Kenan was 70 years old, ooh, babies are not having babies. When Kenan was 70 years old, he had a son named Mahalalel. After Mahalalel was born, Kenan lived 840 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Kenan lived a total of 910 years. When Mahalalel was 65 years old, he pushed it, man. He had a son named Jared. After Jared was born, Mahalalel lived 830 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Mahalalel lived a total of 895 years. When Jared was 162 years old, he had a son named Enoch. After Enoch was born, Jared lived 800 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Jared lived a total of 962 years. Did he live longer than Adam?
Yeah. Adam lived at 930.
930 years. And he lived 962. Wow. Longest man so far. Cool. So Jared lived a total of 962 years. When Enoch was 65 years old, he had a son named Methuselah. After Methuselah was born, Enoch walked with God 300 years more. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Enoch lived a total of 365 years. Enoch walked with God. And one day, Enoch could not be found because God took him. He was just so buddy with God that God was like, forget, you're not going to live that long here. He's so young, man.
But he didn't.
He did. It's true. God took him. 365 years. Enoch. Anyways, when Methuselah was 187 years old, he had a son named Lamech. After Lamech was born, Methuselah lived 782 years. During that time, he had other sons and daughters. So Methuselah lived a total of 969 years. When Lamech was 182, he had a son. Lamech named his son Noah. Lamech said, Noah will comfort us from the pain of our work. The pain is because God had cursed the ground. After Noah was born, Lamech lived 595 years. During the time, he had other sons and daughters. So Lamech lived a total of 777 years. He really young. He's so young, man. And after Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Man waited for 500 years, though.
He enjoyed.
Or did he enjoy?
He enjoyed.
I'd love to have a conversation with Noah. Why 500 years? When your age mates were waiting 100, 185, 182, your older grandfathers 65. They were having babies at 65. Babies having babies. What were you doing for 500 years?
Let me.
That's the end of chapter 5, by the way. So, of course, clearly we're going to about to go into the story of Noah, but Noah waited for five centuries before he started having children.
Yeah, so hold on a second. So let's get this up.
Yes, Blessing will get up the typical search, which would be about what are the prominent... Well, before you look for that, so I wanted to share with you guys that in Genesis chapter 5, with all the names that were shared, it actually creates a message.
That's so cool, isn't it?
It's very cool. I hope it... Hold on. Names. Okay, this is a recent search I did. Let me go back.
So whilst you're searching, I'll read the key Hebrew terms. So Sefer Toldot, Book of Generations, Records, Markings, a new section.
What is that?
That is... Do we have the Book of Records? They don't. There's no reference to where this one is. Seth was appointed. You're gonna go through names. So I don't want to go through names. A lot of the references here are all Ve'amot, and this phrase repeats for most patriarchs, highlighting human mortality after the fall. Bed Damut Elohim, in the likeness of God, confirming the divine image in humanity despite the fall, according to the 929 project. That's interesting. I'm going to look into that. But yeah, I think that's it, because you're going to go through the names, and the names are the key, I guess, because the names are quite important.
They're prominent in this one. Yeah,
in this one.
Okay, so one afternoon, when I read this, I opened up Google and I was like, hey, what do the names in Genesis chapter 5 translate to? And lo and behold, I realized what it said. You think they're just names, but actually, there's actually meanings behind these names. So we start off in order. So Adam, obviously we knew from the last episode that Adam means man, mankind derived from Adam, Adama, red earth. Then we had Seth, which was which means appointed, put in place. Enosh, mortal, frail, miserable. Kenan, sorrow, dirge. Smith.
Interesting.
Smith.
I think maybe like a ironsmith or
A Smith.
I don't know.
That'll be interesting to look into as well. Okay. Then Mahalalel, the blessed of God, because Mahalalel means praise, and the El, obviously, whenever you see the word El within the Bible context, it refers to God. So El Shaddai, El Michael, who is like God, is my name. Okay, so Jared means shall come down and descend. Enoch is dedicated or teaching or commencing. Methuselah actually means his shall bring. He shall bring. And then Lamech means powerful or despairing or lowly. And Noah means comfort, because obviously what we read in the last one where his father said, Noah will bring comfort to us. So the prophetic significance, when you put all their names together in that particular order, it actually reads, man is appointed mortal sorrow, but the blessed God shall come down, teaching that his death shall bring the despairing comfort, or bring the despairing rest. And that's really cool, because I just thought, that's literally speaking about Jesus from Genesis. Like, God will come down and provide rest for us all. And there were like key word for word examples. For example, in the name Methuselah, which is probably the most significant name in the list, is compounded of two words. So you have muth, which is to, and then shalak, shlak, Shalach, which means to send and bring forth. And the significance of that is that historically, when Methuselah, the same year of the Great Flood, when the flood happened, he actually didn't. Did he die in the flood? Well, we'll find out. I guess he did in the flood, because if he was on the ark, we'll know about it, right? So his name was a literal prophecy so the judgment was the flood that had to be sent, which is interesting. And we're going to know that. We're going to, find out, a bit more as well. And then Mahalalel, Mahal means praised or blessed, and obviously El means God. So the significance of this is the name shifts the focus from the state of man, mortal sorrow, to the character of God. So that was a really cool thing. And then, I went into a rabbit hole, and they're like, are there any more hidden meanings in the Bible? And Google brought out a few, which we'll get to when we get to them. There's quite a few. There's the gospel and the camp of Israel. The meaning of the first word. I'm not going to try to say that. Like, we're going to get axed. It's spelled Bereshi, tango. There's hidden meanings in that. In Chronicles, there's a genealogy in Chronicles that speak of what they call the theophany as well, which is something to look into as well. But yeah, that was the most fascinating thing about the genealogies. And from that moment, I've been very fascinated with the genealogies. Not necessarily because of their names,
just
but also
what messaging.
Yeah, the lineage.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Rahab. It was like the great grandmother of Jesus. All because of one act.
Yeah. It's so cool,
Yeah.
man.
See, she used her free will. She used her free will to do something good and place into royalty.
Yeah. That's so cool. So cool.
So cool.
Yeah. And it also shows that God will use anyone and can use anyone.
Yeah, which is literally what the Bible is loaded with. So many flawed individuals.
Everyone's flawed.
Everyone loves David, but let's not, we all love David. Let's not act like David didn't move a bit mad a lot of the time.
Acted mad
He
all
moved
the time.
booky. Let's be honest. He moved, but
the thing is, he had a heart for the Lord.
He had a heart for the Lord, just like all of us.
He was a crazy man, but he had a heart for the Lord. So it shows that God can literally use everyone. Yeah. But it can also show that God looks at your heart. Even if you are acting and just moving mad,
not to say that you should.
You shouldn't.
But if you did, by accident. Or because you're on the journey.
Yeah, because you're on your journey. I think that's better. Because you're on your journey. Because God doesn't want anyone to perish. So if your heart is for the Lord and you're on your journey, that's our way of saying everyone's on their journey. And you're not perfect. You can't be perfect. But you're on your journey. You'll do the odd bad thing, and the Lord, because you've got a heart for the Lord, the Lord will speak to you.
And you will repent.
Not
do it again.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully. Now, if you go and do it on purpose, that's between you and God. You need to work on that.
It's always between you and God. Yeah. Because honestly, you might do things in private, but God is always watching.
God is always watching. Just because us human beings cannot see you, but God can see you. And the guardian angels as well, who've been sent to be in charge of you.
We're having the conversation. Sometimes God is like, oh, come on, man.
Oh, come on. He's doing it again.
Oh, come on.
He's doing it again. Because we read the Chuck Black book now, our visuals of angels just literally chilling in our vicinity because they're being put in charge of us. They must be stressed when we're doing something crazy.
They're like, they're doing it again, man.
Do you know what I mean? Like, protect him, mate. Like, we're taking the mick out of our son, because we like to take the mick of our children sometimes. Like, imagine his angel just being so stressed. Like, oh my gosh, Reggie, because his name's probably Reggie. Reggie.
He's doing it again.
He's hanging off the banister. Make sure he don't fall off the banister. I don't know why he has a Cockney accent, but that's how I just imagine the angels from my lineage, because I'm from South London. From Bermondsey specifically, so they can, they'll just be Cockney. Or, he's about to cross the road. He didn't look. Oh my God. Reggie. This is Reggie's subordinate telling Reggie to make sure that boy, no car hits him, please. I don't know why he's not listening. It's
God that protects.
It's God that protects, man.
Because honestly, we can try, but it's God that protects.
I'm even sure that my angel sometimes. Be
Oh
like,
my gosh, I know my angel's just like, oh,
Like, what are you doing?
rolling their eyes. Like,
what-
can you imagine? What is she doing?
What are you doing? No, don't do that. Don't. He did it. Now, 2 hours later, he's going to be crying, and I'm going to have to fix his mess. Oh, the angels must have a tough job.
Overtime.
I don't imagine they get tired. Like they don't have a clock in, clock off. I don't know. I'm just imagining. Maybe do they have a clock in, clock off?
I don't know.
When they have to fight. Imagine there's like a war happening right now around us.
Mm-hmm. Which is warfare.
Yeah. And they're all fighting, ching ching, swords and everything. Who is watching me?
God.
There you go. It's true.
He's always watching.
It's true. So God is always watching. It's true.
All is well.
All is well, man. All will always be well.
Yeah, God is good.
But yeah, we should talk about angels soon.
We should. But it's all speculative.
It's all speculative.
It's all fun though.
Based on creative licenses.
Yeah,
but
because we read so many different books that have taken their own creative license. So we too
will insert our own creative license too within the boundaries of the word.
Yes.
We know that there are angels for sure, biblical, that are in charge of us.
Yep. There you go.
So.
There you go.
And my apologies to my angel for all them times I upset you because I didn't do what God told me to do and you had to clean up my mess. But thank you anyway. Thank you, angel.
He's on a job. It's his job.
It's his job.
It's his job.
And he's like, I'm just doing my job. Just doing my job, mate. Thank you, though.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, guys.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. So remember, we're closing up.
We close. I have nothing else to say.
I've done.
You have anything else to say?
I don't. So remember, guys, to love the Lord with all your heart, with all your might, with all your soul, and lean not on your own understanding. Trust in Him, because God is good and He wants good things to happen to you.
Amen. And behave yourself.
Behave yourself. Bye, guys.